Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Salutations to Yakim, who go out throughout the four corners of the earth to teach His truth in all sincerity and risking your lives and putting your lives on the line to do so. You know, hey, Shalom to you, brothers. It's lucky I forgot to have my music on. Man, the spirit hit me, man. So I'm just on my way to work listening to some videos from RT and RT America, just catching up on news and making sure I stay on top of you know, the signs of the times and the current events. But I came across two videos, and the first one was how there's uproars of people in all these random places. You know, China, which China thinks it's the U.S. doing it. What is that little country in between China and Russia? So I believe it's like Kazakhstan, right? You have uproars there. You know, still in France, Germany, yellow vests. You got people standing up all over the world for the atrocities that are going on. America's the only place where everybody's damn too stupid to realize they're being bamboozled, right? They're too indoctrinated. They're under spells from watching too much TV and listening to too much music, right? So there's uproars going on everywhere, and 2nd Esdras 9 speaks about that. It says, you know, that there should be uproars of the people, wars, pestilence, all these things happening, right? And this is the very same time that the highest shall begin to visit the earth, the world which He made, right? And all these UFO sightings, you got prominent people coming out from the U.S. Navy. You know, there's been that old fella from NASA who came out and did that interview where he talked about how he's seen 7 to 8, 10 foot tall black men getting off of a father ship out in outer space. Now, you know, they were in outer space, but, you know, being in that space station that's in the outer orbit, still not outside of the Van Allen belt, but, you know, they see some things, man. And, you know, no longer are they holding back because it's too easy for somebody to whip out a recorder on their phone and catch it live. And it's starting to be more and more prominent people who in this society are somebody or, you know, someone. And so now they can't discredit it so quickly, like, oh, so-and-so is kind of crazy, you know. Just talk to his friends. He'd be tripping out sometimes. Like, it's people like that are still coming forward, but it's more like government officials, people that work for the military are starting to see more and more UFOs because, again, 2nd Esdras 9 is starting to be fulfilled, right? The prophecies are being fulfilled daily. The next video I came across was all these tremors that are happening in California right now, right? They're having these big-ass earthquakes and aftershocks all over California right now. And you just had that huge one in Indonesia. You know, then the volcano erupted in Indonesia not too long ago, a couple days ago. You can go on to earthquakes.com and see that every day in a diverse place that there's earthquakes going on. So when you read in Luke chapter 11, I believe, it talks about how the Most High is starting to you know, create these natural disasters, these pestilences, all these things that are you know, going on, and one of them is earthquakes in diverse places, right? So now those scriptures are starting to come to light, you know, and those are end time scriptures. Those are indicators of signs of the times that, hey, we are at the end. And it's, you know, it's easy to see that we're at the end because the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through, you know, Yahweh, through His Son Yahushai, gave us signs, right? Tokens, so that we don't require a sign, but He still is, because He loves His elect, He's given them signs because they are listening and their eyes are open. They have eyes to see and ears to hear, meaning they have the understanding. Why? Because they're searching the scriptures diligently. right? So they know these things are going to come to pass, and we believe. That's the biggest thing. You have to have faith. So when you believe that these things are going to happen, you know, you're not dismayed as the heathens are when you see these things start to come to pass, right? You got the famine of the word, you know, circling the drain. Because anytime you put up something on YouTube, now it's considered hate speech, especially if you have a lot of followers and you're bringing out the truth on these devils, right? They're being told on, you know, and massa don't like to be told on. Massa don't like that, you know what I'm saying? So like Esau, here he is, you know, in his power seat, you know, trying to live gloriously, right? And you know, he can't even do it because the Most High is disrupting his program, right? Right when he thinks he was going to fill his belly, go into Venezuela, take everything with the Juan Guaido. No, I'm just playing. But with the Juan Guaido, try to send that white boy that look, you know, that clone that looks like Obama up in there to, you know, fulfill their agenda. Right? They thought that was going to be easy. Right? They thought putting these tariffs on everybody was gonna, you know, make their trade, you know, skyrocket. You know, it didn't happen. You know, the Most High is not playing that. That's not what's prescribed for Esau, man. What's prescribed for Esau, according to Obadiah, is eternal death. Right? Here it is. The elect are gonna receive eternal life, and these devils are going to receive eternal damnation, right? And I ain't talking about burning in hell. I'm talking about they're going to be burned up in this hell, right? Burned up in a pit, in a grave, right? And that's all that that hell is in the scriptures. You know, a common burial place of man, right? That's what hell is in the scriptures. Hades. Sha'al in the Hebrew, right? Because you have a place also known as Gehenna in the scriptures, and Gehenna is a place where they used to burn their trash. You know, people they couldn't afford to bury their family, carcasses of you know that weren't sacrificed. You know, common everyday trash. That's where you burned it. Right? So hell is also representative of that because, hey, you know, at the end of this thing, the Most High is bringing fire upon this place. Like I was just reading with my sons the other day, and we were going over 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. And that's all about how fire is prescribed for this place, for the wickedness that is done here. And how that's what's going to cleanse this place. It's the cleansing agent that's going to clean up all of this pollution because it's going to melt the elements with fervent heat. And what's going to do that? Number one, the chariots of the Lord. With them right-aiming thunderbolts, them lasers, they're going to be tearing this place up. But also, Esau's starting to lose his alliance with all of these countries, and they're starting to hate his ass. Putin was talking yesterday about how he was like, man, you know, is nobody watching this? You know, in these treaties it talks about where you can and you can't let off nuclear weapons. And one of those places in outer space and other places in the ocean. And once those treaties expire in 2021, they're gonna start letting these things off wherever they want to practice. Because Armageddon is prescribed as well, World War III. And even Einstein said that World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones, meaning he understood the devastation that was coming after World War III. Right? Most High gives his people visions, but he also gives visions to these heathens. Because Einstein was a rat, and you know he caught a vision of World War III. But it's the same thing with Balaam, you know, the Moabite. Most High gave him a vision, but it always is for the children of Israel, because we know ain't going to be no World War IV. Because after World War III, it's going to be the deliverance of Jacob, Israel. 12,000 from each tribe and a one-third multitude of you Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, so-called Seminole Indians. Right? That's how it's written. So therefore, that's what we believe. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. But hey, I just wanted to bring out those 2 articles on RT America dealing with prophecy. You know, we're supposed to be occupied in prophecy. And, you know, going over those two videos, man, the first thing that popped in my head was scriptures, man. You know, the beautiful scriptures about the destruction of Babylon the Great whore. Right? Because we're tired of this place, man. You know, on my way to the slavery right now, to Plan T. And, you know, who the fuck want to go do this? You know what I'm saying? For Esau. It's not like you got your own land and you're tilling their own ground and, you know, making a life for yourself. Nah, man, you're going to literally put some money in this devil's pocket and you're getting some scraps, some chump change. You know, we don't even make wages, but we get, you know, we don't make an income, right? Income tax. We're not supposed to be taxed on income. We're supposed to be taxed on income. We make wages. When you look at what we make, it's wages, right? Because income is for someone who owns a business or is a private business owner, right? So we don't have that. You know, we got wages. So you're not supposed to be taxed on that, and that's how wicked this devil is. You know, especially, hey, one last thing, man. It's Washington State. Like, you look at they legalized marijuana, and you look at Colorado, who also legalized marijuana. Colorado was out of debt within 1 year. They started putting money into the infrastructure. Like, they started really doing some things in Colorado, right? And what are they doing here in Washington? These government officials are pocketing this money, and nobody's saying nothing about it. It's hilarious. It's actually funny to see how wicked these devils are up here in Washington State. They're not doing nothing with that money. We got the highest liquor tax, highest tax on marijuana, highest taxes in the country, right? But ain't nothing being done with that money. Now they're starting to do a little bit of construction here and there, but man, they could have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? This Class D infrastructure. But man, with that, you know, I'm gonna wrap this up. You know, I was just riding in the spirit, man, and wanted to bring out those 2 articles. Brothers, check them out. They're pretty good articles. You know, hey, man, one thing about RT America, man, they're always lifting up Esau's skirt. And it's funny because they are Esau. They're telling on themselves. But hey, with that, hey, brothers, have a good week. You know what I'm saying? Get through this damn slavery so we can get out there and do the Lord's work, man. Shalom.